Hey friend, my name's Chris and I'm your email VA today. I'm happy to help you set up your email because I love reaching people through email. I've seen how powerful it can be, and I believe it can be a really good way for you to connect with your audience too. So in this video, we're going to look at signing up for Mailerlite, and it's really quite easy to do if you've ever signed up for something online before. To get there, I recommend going to emailva.com/go/Mailerlite. Now, the reason I ask you to use that link is because it's an affiliate link. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does give me a little kickback every time someone signs up for an account, and then it helps build this channel. So that's emailva.com/go/MailerLite. Now, when you go there, you're going to land on the MailerLite website, and what you want to do is click on this sign up free button right here, and it says get a free 30-day trial. So they're actually going to give you premium features for 30 days because they want you to upgrade to even a higher level. And in another video, we'll look at all the different things you get on the different levels. But MailerLite's pretty great because even on the free level, you get some really good benefits. Let's look at what those are. I'm going to click sign up for free. And when I do, it takes me to this sign up page where I can put in my information, and then look at this. You get access to the premium features, but even if you don't do those premium features, you still get access to all these features for more than 30 days because it is forever free. You get email automation, which is very generous. A lot of email programs on their free tier do not give you automation. Automation is where you can say, I want to send a series of 3 emails to everyone who signs up for my email list, right? And you can pre-create those, have those automatically go out. It's a really great way to introduce yourself to someone when they first email you. You also get access to 10 landing pages that you can create through the service, which means you don't even really need your own website if you don't want one, though I do recommend having one, a website builder, and more. And you can have up to 1,000 subscribers. This is very generous, especially for a free tier. So you can have 1,000 people on your email list. Let me tell you, with 1,000 people, you can start really connecting and even making some money if you give them offers. You can send up to 12,000 emails per month. That means if you have 1,000 people on your list, you can send 12 emails a month. That's 3 emails a week, which is quite a lot. If you've only got 500 people on your list, you could send 24 emails a month. So, again, very generous. And then, of course, they have chat support, and hey, they'll allow you to upgrade anytime. I'm sure they want you to. So, what you want to do over here where you're getting started is put in your personal information. So, for instance, my company is called Writing Momentum. My name is Christopher Maselli. Put in my email address, and then I can put in a password. My password manager is recommending something kind of fancy. And then once I put that all in, I hit create my account. I'm not going to do that right now because I've already created an account, but that's what I would hit. Once you hit that, MailerLite is going to send you an email to have you confirm that's a real email address. And once you do, you'll go to the inside page of MailerLite, and it looks like this. Here we are in MailerLite on the free plan. Notice it says that there. And then here it says, hey, you already signed up for MailerLite. That step is done. Well done, way to go. Now it wants you to complete an email verification. So you remember me just saying that they send you an email. So when you get that email, it's going to have a big button, a big green button right in the middle that says verify email address. You want to open up your personal email, click that button, verify email address. And when you click that, this will complete. So I've got my email open here. I'm going to click verify email address, and let's see what happens. Boom, look at that. It's now done. It is completed. Very slick, huh? And now they want you to complete your profile. Now, there's not a whole lot to complete on the profile, but we're going to go through those steps together just so that you can make sure you get everything just right. So I'm going to hit complete. And then it says, have you used other email marketing services before? This is entirely up to you how you want to answer that. They're just gathering information to see whether you're a beginner and where you came from and that sort of thing. So I'm going to say, yeah, I used MailChimp before. And it says, would you like to transfer your account details over to MailerLite? Now, this is pretty cool. If you used one of those services that they had listed, one of these, MailChimp, Aweber, Constant Contact, Campaign Monitor, ConvertKit, GetResponse, or MadMimi, For many of those, they can transfer all of your account details over to Mailerlite, including your entire email list. They'll just move it right over here. No one will be any the wiser. Makes everything really easy. So I'm not going to do that right now, though. I'm just going to say, no, I want to start with a fresh account, and I'll hit the next step. Now it wants to know about me, so I have to put in my information. Notice it's already got my first name and last name because I gave them that earlier. I'm going to say my company is Email VA and my website is www.emailva.com. Okay. And if you don't have a website, you can just hit next and it's no big deal. Okay. Now they're going to ask me about my organization. Here it's asking me for my address, which I'll enter my organization's address there. And then they want to know what industry you're in. So now this is completely up to you how you want to fill this out. You can just search for something in here that applies to you. For me, I'm actually an author, so I'm going to choose that. But for you, it might be something completely different. Once you have that all filled out, hit next. And here's where they want to know what kinds of things you're interested in doing on Mailerlite. Again, this is just a way for them to provide you help information. You could leave this completely blank if you want, but I'm going to go ahead and say I want to create campaigns. That is, I want to build newsletters with a drag and drop editor that I send to people. I want to put forms on my website so that people can sign up for my email service. Do I want to build a website or landing page? And I don't. I've already got a website, so I'm good to go there. But if you don't have one, you might want to do this. Automations. Automate emails to reach subscribers at the perfect time. In other words, if I want to say every time someone signs up, they get a series of 3 emails from me, or if I want to send an email next week, yeah, I want to do that. And then transactional emails. They actually have this service called MailerSend, which is an email transactional service where they will help you create emails and receive payments. But I don't want to do that right now, so I'm just going to select those first 3 and then hit next, and it's going to bring me to the next step. Here it says, do you already have an email list? And if you do, you can click this and it's going to ask you about how many you have, how people subscribe. If you don't, it's very easy. It just is going to bring you to the next step and it's going to say, what are you going to share? So I'm going to say no, but just to show you, they want to know how you collect subscribers via online forms or that sort of thing. I don't have an audience yet though, because I'm just starting to build one on Email VA. So it says, what content will you share in your newsletters, landing pages, or websites? And I'm going to say how to use email apps, email services, build email newsletters, and more. And then I'm going to hit next. But yours might be completely different from that. It probably will be. And then finally it says, okay, what tools are you going to use? Have you ever used other email marketing services? I have. If you haven't, just choose no. But I'm going to say I have. I use MailChimp. All right. Then, do you plan to sell products or services? Nope. Have you used other website builders? I'm going to say yes. And then what platform have you used? I have used WordPress. Now, your answers might be completely different. Really, these are just survey questions, so don't stress out over them too much. Hit next. And then they have an anti-spam privacy policy. Here's where Mailerlite is saying, hey, listen up. We are not going to allow you to send spam to people using our service. Okay, they're very strict about this, and they have right to be, because they want to make sure that all their subscribers don't get blocked by places like Gmail. So they're going to make sure that you do not send out spam. And they have a lot of things that they're going to say, okay, what kind of email addresses are okay to say? So they're saying, look, you can include an email subscribe form on your website. You can have an opt-in box that you can have them complete a survey offline and then put them in here, right? And what you can't do is you can't have, if you do not have explicit provable permission to contact someone by email, you cannot put their email address in here, not without explicit provable permission. They want to make sure that you ask for permission before you sign someone up to your email list. And then they have several other contingencies here. Look at this one. If you have not contacted them via email in the last 2 years, okay, do not put their email in here. Even if you asked for their permission over 2 years ago, but you have not then contacted them for 2 years, that's considered a dead email address. So do not put them in here. And of course, you can't just have grabbed their information from the web. And then they have some other things here to look at what you must include in your email. For instance, you must have an unsubscribe link, right? That's a single click unsubscribe. They provide that for you, but you want to make sure that's in there. And then they tell you why they might suspend your account. You'll want to read that. And then they want to say, what kind of emails would you like to receive from us? Product updates, product use cases, changes to your account. They do want to make sure you get that no matter what. You can choose whether you want the other two, and then you hit confirm. You do have to check that box that you've read that anti-spam policy and then hit confirm. Now, at this point, they are going to say, congratulations, you can now access the features and you have access to premium features. But their team is going to be reviewing this profile. An actual human is going to look at this and make sure that you are legit, that you can go ahead and do this. Once they see that, okay, you are legit, that you're a real person, they will then enable your account, but not before that. So you may have to wait a few days. Don't expect to send emails today on the day you signed up. Wait a few days, but they're pretty quick in getting back to you. And hey, that's it. Now, the cool thing is they do go ahead and create your dashboard for you, which means you can start creating emails, you can start creating forms, you can start creating a website using Mailerlite if you want. You can use all these features even before your account is approved. You just can't send out any emails until that human verifies your account. So just wait and that'll come eventually. So congratulations, you're now a Mailerlite user. You're almost a verified user where you can send emails. If you have any questions about this, go ahead and put them in the comments below and I'll be happy to help. Bye-bye.